Hi, I'm Dave. Kite and I have teamed up with U.S. Captain's Training to bring you a vlog about interesting people in the boating world. Neil from U.S. Captain's Training was able to join us on this one as we talked to Dan and Marlene Reesner about their 2.5-year trip around the world. They sailed 48,000 miles. This is a shorter clip out of the full episode. We talked to Dan and Marlene about food prep, type of food they like to eat on their passages, provisioning their boat for passages, and what future cruising plans they have.
Yeah.
Can you talk about food a little bit?
Food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, knowing that I was living on this boat for at least 2.5 years, I had in my mindset that this is my kitchen, just like at home. I'm going to cook like I cooked at home. With one exception is mostly everything turned out to be a one-pot meal and we ate out of bowls most of the time. But I just thought there's no reason why I can't cook or bake like I did when I was home. So that was basically my goal, that this is my home and my kitchen. So, and that's what I did. And I even learned how to bake bread, so which was kind of cool. I made sourdough bread, got a starter in Maui, and it's still alive today. So yeah, it was cool. And
a lot of the dishes she would take pictures of and post them, and people were saying how we were eating so much better than they were back home.
on the boat, yeah.
And she saved all the recipes and things. And
Well, most of them were made up recipes. Like,
yeah.
you know, you see one recipe and you see another, and you have these ingredients and you have some of these, and so I would just mix them together, and it always turned out.
Yep.
So it's good.
Especially when we were, on shore, at a dock, at anchor, or something like that, the food was fantastic. If we were on passage and it was windy and wavy and the boat's 15 or so degrees, I'm cooking dinner, which was typically peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm doing the dishes. and stuff.
Crossing from Hawaii or California to Hawaii, the boat was healing quite a bit, and I just pass up the peanut butter and jelly. So here's your dinner. You make it
What was your
yourself.
longest? Your longest?
The longest passage was crossing the Indian Ocean, 21 days.
And so, how did you prepare for that for 21 days to have food? Just mostly dry food.
Well, we had a lot of canned foods. Like we had canned chicken, and tuna.
Yep.
And whenever we would, towards the end of the trip or the middle, whenever we would provision, we really stocked up on fresh produce. So we tried to consume fresh produce first, and then we would go to the canned foods. So we would make a dish and have lots of vegetables, or we would have fruit for lunch, stuff like that.
Pasta meals, rice meals, all good.
Yeah.
For that crossing, we actually provisioned for over 40 days.
We did.
Because we were expecting it to take 35 days. But because of the wind conditions, it was just gorgeous wind the whole way, and we were there in 21 days.
Yeah.
So we always had way too much provisions on the boat than we consumed.
But we realized having apple and peanut butter for lunch was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Or cheese with crackers or a pineapple. We didn't have to have a huge meal for lunch or even breakfast for that matter.
Right.
And actually Pop-Tarts became the breakfast of champions. Pop-Tarts on a boat is awesome.
Yeah.
Brown sugar cinnamon?
No.
All kinds.
Strawberry?
Strawberry.
Mostly
Strawberry or blueberry. Frosted, yeah.
With sprinkles?
With sprinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never bought a lot of fresh meats. Our refrigeration really needs some help, actually. We didn't have a way to
The refrigerator worked.
control the temperature very well. So we ended up manually turning on and off the breakers for the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you wanted to keep something frozen, everything everything would freeze. So it's if you really wanted something frozen, you had to put it right on the cold plate, which means we can't have a whole lot of food that's frozen. So we basically didn't.
Right. Yeah, not too much frozen food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't fish a lot. We weren't very good at it.
We were okay at it.
We were okay at fishing, but
Yeah.
we didn't like killing the fish.
We didn't like killing
killing the fish.
or cleaning the fish,
Yeah.
so especially the killing part.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
It's flopping around.
We tried different techniques. One fish we caught, we heard that, you put alcohol in the gills, and we felt so bad. We gave the fish really good rum.
Mount Gay rum.
Mount Gay rum, and so the
didn't
fish
work.
died a happy death. but it took forever, you know. So that technique didn't work, and so anyway,
Yeah.
we didn't do a lot of fishing. Yeah.
So do you have some favorite meals from the trip that you created that you still eat today? It's like, oh yeah, we're having this tonight.
A lot of the rice dishes still. We have rice and vegetables,
Yeah.
very similar.
With lots of vegetables.
I mean, obviously, pasta meals, you know,
Yeah.
they worked out really good. The big thing is I still often eat in the same size
bowl.
type
In a
bowl
bowl.
at home that we did on the boat, you know. You guys saw the bowls. They're coralware, deep coralware bowls. So I still use those at home.
Nice.
Because
Yeah.
you get used to it. Yeah.
There's a lot of soups we made too, because they last a long time. Or if
Yeah.
I would make a pasta dish, I'd like make the whole box.
Yeah.
And so now we have enough for like maybe 4 days.
Yeah. Good leftovers.
And that was always good. We have a microwave, so you can just heat it up or throw it on a stove.
Yep.
Yeah. I use the oven like it was my oven at home. Even bake. Dan wanted cookies.
Yep.
So we baked some chocolate chip cookies.
Right.
But the oven is so small and the cookie sheets are so small, you can only bake 6 cookies at a time. So
Took
you
forever.
can imagine how long that's going to take to do an entire batch of chocolate chip cookies. So it takes forever.
Yeah.
But,
So
yeah.
finally we did it.
And I didn't have a mixer,
Right.
so I put it all in a blender.
Yeah.
And then at one point we did buy a hand mixer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we used that, but
And then we had cookies. We just filled the whole cookie tray
made bars
and made
instead.
cookie bars
Yeah.
rather than individual
Yeah.
cookies, and
yeah.
much quicker that way.
Yeah.
So are your recipes on your blog or anything?
There are some that I did post the recipe with the pictures. Some I didn't.
So they're all, and she still has all the recipes on her own. What's
On
the
my phone.
What's the application?
Paprika 3.
Paprika 3 is
It's
the
a
application.
recipe app. It's
Yeah.
You have to pay for it. It's not free. But you can just find any recipe online and just hit the little download button, and it downloads the ingredients, the photo, and the directions, nutritional information, everything you want to know about the recipe right there on your phone. So, you know, you're out in the middle of the ocean and say, well, I have chicken and I have a green pepper. I can plug in those things, and it'll come up with recipes that use those ingredients.
Oh,
So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's a good app.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we made sourdough pizza,
We did.
sourdough scones, sourdough
We
bread,
made
obviously.
Bread. We made muffins.
Muffins.
Dinner rolls.
Yep. So she was getting really clever with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pizza was.
We
the
ate
best.
really well. Didn't lose weight, you know, coming home or anything. Yeah.
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 It's,
We over provisioned. We brought stuff. We were cleaning out the boat when we got back. Oh, we took that with us. You know? that came from our old house.
yeah. We bought a lot of canned vegetables in French Polynesia.
Right.
But they were the little
The small
cans.
cans, yep.
And
For
they
two of
came in
us.
a 9-pack, so you
Yep.
had to buy 9 of them. But they were really useful because, like, you have canned carrots, and you can just throw the carrots in a recipe with like rice or whatever. And I mean, it like worked out great.
Yep. We still have some of those.
We still have some carrot. No, we have beans. I don't think we have carrots
Right.
left. Yeah.
Beans and corn.
We're still using them.
Yeah.
Our little cans. Not expired yet. Yeah.
So how do people find your blog if they want to read about your trip?
It's www.sailingtrance.com.
Yep. Sailingtrance.com, as well as Sailing Trance on Facebook.
And
So we keep a
Instagram.
Facebook page and Instagram, too.
Instagram.
Yeah. So you can look through those, and we're still maintaining the Sailing Trance Facebook page. In
And there's-
fact, we'll put an entry about what we did the last couple of days. We need to take a selfie.
Yep.
Yeah,
If we haven't done, have we done? No, we haven't
No, we
done that
didn't do
yet.
that.
We'll do that
Do that.
before we leave.
before
Yeah.
dark.
It's required.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have another adventure planned?
It isn't totally planned yet, but we're considering Nova Scotia next summer. So the plans would be Nova Scotia. We'd like to do Bermuda and the Caribbean, and that might be a trip to Bermuda and then down to the Caribbean for the season, if you will. Lots of boats just go down for the winter season, that type of thing. So we just kind of blew through the Caribbean. On the way down, we went around the western side of Cuba, So we didn't even stop on the way down. We went from Fort Lauderdale to Panama, 11-day trip, nonstop. On the way back, we stopped just 2 places in Barbados and St. Thomas. And so we've just blown through the Caribbean and haven't really explored the Caribbean at all. And just like this summer, we're exploring the Chesapeake Bay. We haven't really explored the Chesapeake Bay. We just went up and practiced and didn't really stop too many places. So,
Yeah.
so now we're getting to know home. So, people often said 2.5 years. That's really fast. In reality, the fastest you can kind of go around the globe in a sailboat is 18 months. And if you ever heard of the Ark cruise, World Ark, they do it. It's kind of an organized rally. They organize it. You pay money to this group that organizes it. They take care of all the entry stuff going in and out of countries, and they do it in 18 months around the world. That's like the fastest you can do it climate-wise. We did it in 2.5 years because of the Alaska detour, and where was I? But people criticized us for doing it so fast. But we did it. It was
According to the Ark, you took an extra year to see more things.
to see more
Right,
things.
yeah.
And that's the way we wanted to do it. We didn't want to be away from our grandkids that long. We didn't want to leave the boat anywhere for a long period of time
Fly home.
and fly
Right.
home. That said, we know people that have been out there over a decade. A couple we met from Toledo, Ohio, are still out there, haven't made it home yet. They have parked their boat, flew home for a month or two, flew back a number of times, but they're in the Caribbean now working their way back home if they ever decide to come home. Maybe they'll go through the canal again and keep on going,
Right.
So they're very nice people, down to earth. Had a great time with them. We spent a lot of time with them while in South Africa. But they stayed in South Africa for a year. We were there, 5 weeks maybe.
Right.
So
Right.
big difference. Yeah. So.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Awesome couple days.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, you bet. Thank you.
Borrow
Oh,
the
that's what that
battery.
means. The battery's about to
Yeah.
die. Well, good. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
Appreciate you calling me and arranging this.